Welcome to day 6 of UA 2019. I don't know about you guys, but I thought yesterday was just phenomenal. What a trail that was. Never really thought we'd make it to the river, but we did.
We did.
Awesome. Good job, everyone. That was a lot of vehicles to get through a really, really sloppy field. So.
Yeah, that was a lot of teamwork.
Today, we've got something in store for you too that Trent has lined up for us. We have some repairs going on right now. We have a few people that are going to stay in town and get their parts, and then more on other logistics.
All right, so some of you guys might know that the Weinigers actually own and operate a drilling company. Well, they're currently drilling at the largest, and actually, well, I guess it's the largest because it's actually the only operating coal mine in Alaska. And it's right over there. We were able to secure a tour. So we've got a private tour that's happening just for us. It'll be a guided tour. Unfortunately, we won't be like wheeling on a coal mine, which kind of, I tried, guys, I tried. But it will be a pretty cool tour.
Radio check. I hear you, Trent. Pretty sure we're gonna win this, Coop.
So welcome to Usibelli Coal Mine in Healy, Alaska. Yeah. We are the only operational coal mine in the state of Alaska, and we have been since the 60s. And we're a surface coal mine, and we're family owned and operated, and we're celebrating our 76th year in business this year. So we're really proud of our operations. You know, we like to say that behind every ton of coal, there's 100 coal miners that have really good paying jobs, supporting their family, and have an amazing quality of life. If you want to do a group photo, we'll go over to the flagpole and we'll kind of just talk on our way over there. So Emil Usibelli came to Alaska in 1935. He started the operations with this TD dozer here and a converted logging truck. And so he used to expose the coal and push the coal into the bed of the haul truck. Any guesses to what our tonnage was in 1943 per year? 10,000 tons. Any of this stuff right here, you guys are more than welcome to take pictures of, and then we'll go inside, meet one of our maintenance managers. Matt should be joining us in there, and he'll kind of do a walkthrough of our shop, which is probably where you guys want to spend a little bit of time. See some of our gearboxes and things like that, and then we'll load up on the bus, and I think Kimberly's going to be our bus driver today, and we'll get out there and check it out. We purchased this in 1977. The school kids renamed it for us. It's called the Ace in the Hole. We like to say that it's one of our most valuable players here at the mine. It only does dirt work. It doesn't actually dig coal. So we just use it to move the overburden and inner burden. We purchased it in 1977. It came to Alaska on 26 rail cars and 40 trucks. And any guesses to how long it took us to assemble the dragline once it was here? 11 months.
Really?
Yeah, and when we plugged it in, the entire world of Alaska knew that we plugged this machine in. So it's electrically powered, and so it draws about 6 megawatts of power when it's operating, and when we're throwing the bucket back out, it's about 2.5 megs. It's the largest loader that Caterpillar makes, and I think there's only, what?
5 or 6 total.
Can do a lot of damage when you're trying to load 3 scoops into a truck, so it really does jostle the drivers. So they got to be really careful with what they've got in there, and be strategic about where they're filling the haul truck and everything else, because it's all weight and balance too. We're really proud of the reclamation work that we do here, and so when you get out there, you'll see that you can't even tell where we have been, and that's what we like, and it's probably better than when we actually even started mining in that area.
The one on the top it's kind of obscured by the trees, it's actually sitting a little bit back on a bench. That's the 6 seam. That's the same seam that we were standing at where the loader was. So you got 6-seam at the top, 4-seam is the big wide band, and then 3-seam is the second band underneath the big wide one. 2-seam and 1-seam are too deep for it to be economic, but they did mine 2-seam and 1-seam over in the other drainage back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s.
So we spent the morning at the Usibelli Coal Mine, and what an incredible operation. That place has some of the biggest mining equipment that's made, period. So we've got about 215 road miles to go, and to get to our next destination, which is equally as cool, it's just different. But we better get on the road if we're gonna make it on time. So we've noticed and even experienced how dry it has been here in Alaska. Well, we actually got a real first-hand glimpse at it after we left the gas station. We drove through the heart of what was the McKinley fire. Unfortunately, it's a big fire that unfortunately has destroyed about 80 structures. So it pretty much devastated the entire area, and it was a very sobering experience. Matter of fact, we saw fire crews mopping up hot spots and such like that. So yeah, those guys are just amazing, amazing people. So after getting through there, we arrived only about an hour late to the Transportation Museum. This place is so cool. It is so uniquely Alaska. It's about everything and anything related to transportation here in Alaska. We're talking airplanes, boats, tractors, trucks, trains. If it rolls, it's on display here at the Transportation Museum. And one of the other cool things, because Alaska is so remote, and the resources are somewhat limited, these guys often have to get really creative to and basically make what they need in order to get what they need done. So there's a lot of Alaskan ingenuity on display right here. The place is just amazing. We're gonna be here for about an hour, and then finally it's to a hotel after a couple days so we can take care of this and maybe, utilize some porcelain and things of that nature. So we're looking forward to that, and also looking forward to tomorrow, which is the final day of Ultimate Adventure.
Welcome to UA Day 7! It's bittersweet. It's the last day of UA, but we still get to do one trail together. And according to Trent, this is his favorite trail that he has pre-run out here on this trip. But real quick, how about this trip that Trent put together? Yeah.
Good job.
I've been enjoying the hell of it. I'm sure you guys have too. So with more on today's logistics, it is Trent.
It's a cool trail. It's quite a bit different than what we've been doing all week. There's lots of elevation change. We're actually going to basically claw our way up to what I'm hoping, it clears up a little bit, will be a beautiful, 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 beautiful view. So it's a little bit of mud, a little bit of rock actually. It should be a good time.
We're gonna pull in here, we're gonna air down if you haven't already, and then pull off to the right.
This has been actually kind of a different trip than the rest of them because we're a long ways away from home in a place where none of us have ever been, seeing things that none of us have seen and probably aren't going to. There's chances of coming back here, we may or may not.
It's my first UA. Rick came last year and brought my dad, and this year I came with him. It's been amazing. It's been so much fun. It's such a great group of people, and we've done some really awesome things. This is the only way to see Alaska.
The other thing is make sure you always have enough room between you and the vehicle ahead of you. Make them make the obstacle before you start heading up the hill. Yeah. Give them some breathing room, especially if they have to come back down.
There's some leaves with some plants with some very big leaves. It looks kind of like rhubarb. And Corey says there's one that's not too bad, but the other, it has an oil on it where if you get it on your skin and it comes in contact with UV, it will actually boil your skin. So there's the big leaves that look like rhubarb. Stay away from them.
So I'm following Vern here in the deranged rover.
It's deranged.
And we just went through a nice little mud hole, as you can see. It's on the hood, a little bit deeper than expected, and it dawned on me just as I pulled out of the mud hole. Oh yeah, the deranged rover has a snorkel. That's great. Would have been nice in there.
Pronounced snorkel.
A snorkel.
Right now, I don't know if it's just because they're new and they have vehicle's about to roll.
No, it's not. You're all right.
You're okay.
Went over that big rock and the back end kicked up and it just whoop. So very awkward, very uncomfortable. Not exactly the position you want to be in, but we have a bunch of great guys out here with some good equipment and a lot of experience, and they help save the day and keep us from crushing this thing. So it's all good.
Well, that was exciting. Nick made another cover shot.
So here we are at the top of Bald Mountain. It's an absolutely breathtaking view, but unfortunately right over there you can see further up the hill are the remnants of a B-29 that crashed and I believe killed all 8 servicemen that were on board. It's a sad deal, but actually a few years ago one of the off-road clubs actually put a plaque or memorial to those servicemen up at the crash site. So very respectful, nice thing to do.
So when you reach a milestone, that's no time for half measures. When it came to the 20th anniversary of Ultimate Adventure, we had to do it here in Alaska.
I mean, we've done a little bit of everything. We visited glaciers, we dropped in a bunch of mud holes, we've climbed mountaintops.
Camped by the side of a river. I mean, we ate under the stars, we caught fish, we did all sorts of crazy stuff. It was awesome.
What an epic, epic trip this has been.
Yeah, everyone drove thousands of miles to get here. Had an awesome adventure before the adventure even started. They're gonna have another one heading home tomorrow. What a way to end UA 2019. If you want a chance to be part of UA 2020, be sure to go to fourwheeler.com/ultimate-adventure and apply. You can't come if you don't apply.
We're at the Transportation and Industry Museum of Alaska. And I'm Fred Williams, and I'm going to walk around and give you slightly plausible but not necessarily true facts about things that I'm seeing here. For example, this is a Panzer mini tractor. Now you've probably heard of Panzer tanks. Well, when the Panzer tank business folded and was stopped being profitable, they started making little tiny tractors. That might be true, or it might not. All right, let's go look at other stuff. Like that.
Don't listen to him. He doesn't know anything.
I can make all types of facts up. That's a fire truck. But it's a little tiny Jeep. Or it might be for irrigation pumps. Everything's bigger in Alaska, so they have really big forks. They need a thing like this to lift all the forks and load them into the trains to haul them out into the woods for the gold miners to eat with. Because all the men are bigger and tougher in Alaska, they have really sharp fingernails. They grow really thick. Almost 2 inches thick, I think was the record. So I need something like this to trim them. This here's a rocket. This is a part of the Alaskan air and science industry. Didn't get off the ground. James Watson, come here. Is this a Chevrolet? You're a square body guy.
That's GMC. I've got one of these grills in my shed.
Yep, see there?
They're fenders.
But you bought it new, unlike this one that's in a museum. So there's lots of really cool stuff at the Automotive and Industry Museum of Alaska. If you're ever near here, which is just outside of Wasilla, you should come check it out.